Is burnout keeping you from creating? I am feeling burned out right now. I didn't want to make this video, but I ended up turning to my own advice, kind of by accident. Let me explain how that happened. So I am on day 2 of a vacation. I'm taking the week off, and part of that is some time away over the weekend. Other parts of that in the first 2 days of my vacation are at home. Staycation vibes all the way. I absolutely love it. So when I knew I had this vacation coming up, I actually put time on the calendar. I time block, even in my free time. In my days off, I time block. And I knew I wanted to record 2 videos. That was the ambition that I had. Hey, instead of recording one, I usually record once per week. I was like, hey, I've got some extra time. I have a full day I could dedicate to filming and editing 2 videos. So that was the plan. So I worked on Monday, and Monday night rolled around, and I was in my vacation had officially started. And on the calendar for the following day was film and edit 2 videos. And I was like, I am really tired from work. I'm tired from a long weekend. I need to pace myself. And so what I ended up doing is kind of flipping my calendar around. Essentially, instead of filming on Tuesday, the next day, I moved everything to Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, or all the stuff I was planning to do today on Wednesday, I decided to do. So I did some cleaning yesterday. I watched some movies. I kind of vegged out a little bit. I was productive. I went and saw a friend, hung out. You know, there was stuff that was happening. But I needed to not force the creativity. I needed to not force what was happening. But by the end of the day yesterday, I was feeling so tired and so burned out. And so I think in that moment for me, the acknowledgement was, okay, the rest of not being at work is not enough. Like I'm realizing this week is going to be very important for me to actually rest. And I was realizing like, oh, recording this video is going to be very difficult, even just recording one, but recording 2 videos is actually going to be a challenge because I'm noticing that I am in a place, in a season where I am burned out and I'm very tired. And I know that just a day or 2 of being at home and relaxing is not enough. It's not going to get me through. So I was able to acknowledge that. I was able to acknowledge I'm tired. This is a season that I am burned out, and that's okay. But then today rolled around, this morning rolled around, and I was still feeling tired. And I was actually starting to feel guilty that I didn't want to record this video. And the next video after this. We'll see if I end up recording that. But it's videos 50 and 51 of creating 52 videos in 52 weeks. So I am at the finish line. I'm almost done with this goal that I had set out. Right now we're recording video number 50. And so I started to feel guilty. I'm like, videos 50 and 51 need to be a smash hit. They need to be awesome. They need to be great. They need to have energy. And I was starting to feel guilty that I wasn't into filming. I didn't want to create. This is where it gets kind of paradoxical. So a couple weeks ago, I was listening to a Julia Cameron audiobook. She wrote The Artist's Way. I was listening to a different book that she has. And in that, she is talking about morning pages and essentially just journaling your thoughts first thing in the morning. So I actually got into the routine for like a week. I was consistent. And it was really helping me process my emotions and getting some things out. And so I had been doing that consistently first thing in the morning, like wake up, alarm hits, I get up and I journal for 15 minutes, 3 pages, all that. And it was good. It was helpful. In my job and other areas of life, I was noticing like I was holding a lot of tension, a lot of things. And so this was my opportunity to kind of get things out and to process things. And there were people who have shared like they've been doing morning pages for decades and it's really helped them. And I was like, this would be an interesting habit for me to form, like to actually do this every day for my life. Like, I was like, that would be really cool. The pressure that it took off, because I've done journaling before where like you have prompts and questions and it's very like specific. Like, I don't know, there's like a structure to it. This has 0 structure. You just journal what pops into your head. There's no criteria for what goes into the journal or not. And so I was doing that and it was very helpful, but I'd kind of fallen off that. I'd fallen off that routine the last couple of days. And part of it was just like I didn't want to do it anymore, or like not at all, but I just was like, man, I'm so tired. I don't want to be journaling. So I woke up this morning and I had some time to pause and reflect. And often when I'm ready to record a video, but I don't have an idea yet, I will sit down and process. I'll sit right here and I will be thinking to myself. Sometimes that kind of looks like a conversation with God. Sometimes that's more of a conversation with myself. The two kind of blend a little bit. Where I'm going, man, what do I want to talk about? Or what would be helpful for someone? Like I'm actually asking the question, like, what should I create? What should I talk about? And I felt like I was hitting a wall, like a dead end. Nothing was coming to me. And I was, like I said, feeling guilty, but getting discouraged in that process. And as I was sitting there, I was going, well, okay, so I'm burned out. I had made that discovery, like I'd sort of definitively figured that out the day before. Wow, I took a nap yesterday and I was still tired. I was able to pause and not be at work. I'm still tired. Okay, to me, that means I'm burned out. How long that's gonna last, that's not really necessarily what I'm thinking about right now, but just acknowledging like, okay, in this moment, this is what's happening. So I thought to myself, what if I made a video about burnout? And then I was like, well, didn't I already make a video on burnout? And I looked through my videos and it took me a little bit to find it because the burnout was not in the title. What to do when you don't want to create. And I watched that video and I had really good advice for myself. 2 months ago, I made that video and I had great advice. And I don't know, we can react to me watching that video, I guess. It can be as simple as when you're feeling burned out, going on a walk, changing our environment can be really helpful for us when we're feeling burned out and we don't want to create. And the last solution would be go get some inspiration. Go out and experience someone else's art that can encourage you. Maybe it's as simple as putting on your favorite movie, listening to your favorite album and dancing to it. Just getting out of, sort of the normal way that you are perceiving art and other artists in this season. Get a new inspiration. So I watched that video, kind of skimmed through different parts and stayed to the end where I had some pretty good advice. So I decided to take my own advice. And it was a bit of an interesting moment because here I am looking at a video that I made where I gave some advice and I actually needed that in like today. I needed that advice. So here's what I decided to do. I was sitting on here on this couch and I was trying to force it. I was trying to just say, get through it, figure it out. And I knew in that moment, okay, I've been trying this. That's one of the things I say in the video is like, just force it if you have to. Almost like in a disciplinary way, right? Like just discipline yourself and do it. And this was a moment where I realized, okay, that is not what I need here. I need to give myself some grace. Instead of trying harder, I need to try softer. So I decided instead of trying to sit in the tension and the pressure of forcing myself, what else can I do? So I got up, I turned on some music and I went and took a shower. And because like I knew I needed to take a shower before I filmed this video. That's something I needed to do, right? So I turned on some old SoundCloud, a SoundCloud album that I really liked. If you know, you know, right? It was like, man, this is music I listened to back in like college. I turned that on, sang in the shower, right? Just like had a moment, just let myself enjoy someone else's art and creativity. It was a bit nostalgic, reflecting, and it was great. And just listen to that and just let myself do my morning routine and all of that. It was really nice. So I got ready. I drank a Red Bull, very helpful. Started drinking a Red Bull. I also had some water with it. Like I was trying to just hydrate myself, caffeinate myself, just kind of wake up and be ready for the day instead of trying to focus on this one thing. You have to make videos. It's like, hey, live your day, right? Then I turned on another album, one of my favorite albums of all time that I hadn't listened to in a few years. And I had to find it on SoundCloud because it's not on Spotify or other streaming platforms anymore. Don't know why. Thankfully, it's still on SoundCloud. So I just played the full album. And while I was drinking my water, drinking my Red Bull, I danced in the living room. I hadn't danced to music like just full on by myself danced, it's probably been a couple of years. That is something that I used to do. I could do a whole other video on that topic where, like, to get out of my own mind, I guess, I would dance and try to be present in my body, all of that. And it's very fun and enjoyable. It's something that I enjoy doing. I don't like dancing in public. I like, anyways, okay, we don't have to get into all of that. But I danced to music that I used to listen to all the time and hadn't heard in several years. And even the emotions of the artist, like what he is singing and rapping about on the album, I tried to embody that. Like I tried to move. If he was speaking about something difficult or painful, he talked about the death of his parents actually in that album. Like I tried to emote physically, like with my body, through those emotions. Like I just knew I needed to like creatively express myself in a much different way. Whereas like when I was sitting here like an hour before that, I was trying to like force myself to be creative. This was just allowing myself to be creative in a way that I hadn't in years. And it was really cool and really fun. And so that was following my own advice. And then after that, I went outside. I finished my Red Bull, I took it outside, and I went on a walk, saw my neighbors, talked to them for a little bit. And then I just went on a short, like 20-minute walk. And while I was on that walk, it was a beautiful day, I wrote my outline. I wrote my notes for this video, which is essentially just me explaining what happened to me in the morning and how I was able to show up and make this video. So there's a bit of a meta moment here. But yeah, it was so cool for me to discover my own advice through a video that I had made previously and to realize, wait, like what can I do? Like, what can I do to actually follow this advice? And what would it be like to document this experience and through this video, like kind of express, hey, what's happening here? I even thought about filming aspects of that morning, right? Like if I'm dancing to this album, I almost thought about setting up my phone and filming myself moving to the music. And there's just something about that I am hesitant to do. I think there's a version of this video that would really benefit from filming all of that. But the video is this, and the process that it took me to get there has to happen for me to be able to create this, right? So there's almost a moment of like trying to mix the two, like mixing, receiving inspiration and then creating. Like there was a separation that I needed in order to be able to create this video. So that was the journey. That's how I got here. And now you're watching this video, and I appreciate you for doing that. Sometimes you need to focus and discipline yourself in your creativity. Just show up and create, right? And it's a discipline. That is how I've been able to make as we near 52 videos in 52 weeks. Like that discipline is absolutely part of the process. But then I had this moment of realizing, man, I'm burned out. So especially when you were burned out, what does it look like to find inspiration, to get out of your routine, out of your head, out of like how you normally would create and find inspiration in other ways? For me, it was singing and dancing and moving and going on a walk, doing something different. It's a Wednesday. I have the day off. Like I have this opportunity to find inspiration instead of just sitting and being in this cycle of worry and guilt. I got out of that and I said, screw that. Like, yes, the outcome needs to be like, I really need to make a video today because we're doing it. We're on video 50 out of 52. Like we have to make this video, right? And so there's that pressure, but I just got rid of that pressure. And I said, it's okay to take time to reflect and be inspired by other people's art. And I was able to do that successfully and make this video for you here today. So I would love to know what is keeping you from creating? What is keeping you from showing up in your unique God-given gifts? Do you need to discipline yourself? Do you need to step out and be inspired? Do you need to dance and sing and be awkward and silly and funny and just totally let that childlike aspect of yourself, that inner creative, just let them loose? What does that look like for you in this season? Are you feeling burned out? Are you feeling the pressure to create? How are you pushing against that while also not just being lazy and not just, letting go, but allowing inspiration to spur you on to create? My name is Tristan. I am just passionate about helping others walk in their unique God-given gifts. You are a creative, so start creating. Thank you so much for watching. Stay creative.